Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Keep, Maybe, or Toss. This is my third bookshelf on my first bookcase, and it's really kind of helping me get through books and get rid of books that I'm not picked up yet or probably won't read, or books I won't read again, and this and that. So let's get started. The first couple we have here are by C.J. Box. This book that I actually read with Susan, and it was okay. I don't remember much about it, but I'm just, I don't know. I think it was okay. And then I got this one. I think this one is one my sister brought me. I don't know, maybe when she came a few years back, but I don't know when I would pick it up. I'm really thinking that I'm not going to keep these because, like I said before, this one was okay, but I'm probably just not going to pick it up again. And I don't want to get started on another author and collecting their books until I can, So, yeah, toss. The next one we got here is called Lies of the Heart by Michelle Boyanjian. I don't know how you say her last name. This one, let's see what it says. It says, Kate Borelli is living a wife's worst nightmare. Less than a month after she asked her husband, Nick, to move out of their home for a trial separation, he is shot and killed by one of the speech pathology clients, a developmentally disabled man with the emotional capacity of a 10-year-old child. Now Katie sits in the courtroom, flooded by memories of Nick and full of vengeance towards Jerry LaPlante, the client she once loved like a son. In chapters alternating between the past and the present, Lies of the Heart unravels the truth behind Katie and Nick's passionate relationship. That one wasn't hard to figure out. The next one we got here is The Bricklayer by Noah Boyd. And this one says, The Bricklayer is the pulse-pounding novel introducing Steve Vale, one of the most charismatic new heroes to come along in thriller fiction in many years. He's an ex-FBI agent who's been fired for insubordination but is lured back to the Bureau to work a case that has become more unsolvable and more deadly by the hour. A woman steps out of the shower in her Los Angeles home and is startled by an intruder sitting calmly in her bedroom holding a gun. But she is frozen with fear by what he has to say about the FBI and what he must do. I can't even finish reading that. Toss. Well, that's 4. Next ones we got here is The Darkest Minds and Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken. I've had these books for several years. I've heard many good things about the series, and I can't bring myself to part with them because I've been wanting to read them and just have not gotten to them, and I need to get to them, and I do plan on reading these hopefully sooner rather than later. So these two are keepers. Next one we got here is called One Scream Away by Kate Brady. This says 7 years ago, Beth Dennison was attacked by a killer named Chevy Bankers. Since then, she's created a new life for herself and her daughter, one far removed from the night that ended in an awful tragedy. But now Banks is out of prison and his chilling phone calls tell Beth he's coming for her. Ex-FBI agent Neil Sheridan is driven to investigate a chain of murders, eerily similar to the disturbing case from the past when the killer's trail dead ends at Beth's doorstep. Neil finds a beautiful woman with a secret she'll do anything to keep, yet even as Beth surrenders to Neil's protection and then is embraced, she still refuses to tell him why Banks hungers to hear her scream and why she'll soon consider doing the unthinkable. Face Banks alone. I don't know. This one kind of sounds like it's going to be a romantic suspense. I don't know if I'm ever going to pick this up. I'm going to have to toss. Next one here is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I did read the book, did not care for the book, but it is a classic, and I love to have classics in my library. I may or may not read this book again. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it, and that's why I didn't really care for it. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is behind it. I kind of found it a little boring. I don't know, but I think I'm going to hang on to it just because it is a classic, and this is a 50th anniversary edition of the book. So yeah, I'm going to hang on to this one. Okay, these next ones here is by Bray. This is the Gemma Doyle trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. I've had these for a little while. These two here are a little less time, but this one I've had about a year, I guess. And I really do want to read it. It's a historical, and I've heard good things about this trilogy or series or whatever it's going to be. So I'm going to keep this one. The next one here is Bray. Also, this is The Diviners, and I did read this book, and I did enjoy this one, and I will probably keep it because I like the way Bray writes, so I'm hoping I will like those three as well. So there's that one. I'm going to keep it. Y'all know about The Diviners. I'm not going to go and read all of that. Okay, and then our next and our last stack here. Oops, I didn't put these in the right order. So this one is Going Bodeen, also by Bray. This says, saving the world, that's impossible, insane. Still a cure, I could be cured, that's what she said. And some little atoms come awake inside me, swirling into a question I can't shake. Why the hell not? I could have a chance, and a chance is better than nothing. So I'm not going to read that whole thing, but I've heard kind of mixed reviews on this one. But since I liked the Diviners, I'm going to give this one a shot as well. The next one we've got here is called The Shadow Project by Herbie Brennan. I want to say this one, I'm not sure where I got this one from. But this says, Danny Lipton is a thief until one night he robs the wrong house. He inadvertently breaks into the headquarters of the Shadow Project, a secret government organization where teenage spies are trained to leave their bodies using astral projection to travel around the world on deadly missions. Danny is captured, but the project leaders quickly realize he has a special gift. And when a key operative, the director's daughter, Opal, goes missing, he is offered a choice. Join the Shadow Project or go to jail. So I wish I remembered where I got this from. It might have been Goodwill. But I read that, and it's astral projection, and I'm really interested in that kind of stuff, which is why I picked the book up. So I'm going to be keeping that one. Next one here is The Zombie Survival Guide. This is by Max Brooks. This is actually my son's book, so I have to keep this. We just chose to put it on my shelves. I think at some point I may pick it up and read it, just for fun. You know, so it's a survival guide against zombies, so that's a keeper. The next one here is Promise Bound by Anne Greenwood Brown. This book belongs to my husband, so this one will be staying in the library. Maybe someday I will read this. The other two books is Lies Beneath and Deep Betrayal, as you can see on the back here. And I believe it's just a trilogy, so I'm kind of thinking this is the first one. I'm not sure though. So there's that, keeper. And then we got here A Piece of Cake. This is by Cupcake Brown. I have to read this book. My daughter's read it. Her friend has read it. They both said it is an amazing story. It is a true story. It's memoirs of Cupcake Brown. So yeah, I need to get to this book and read it. I love memoirs, and they say this one's great. And then this one we've got here is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Bront, however you say her last name. There's a story behind this. This is the book that was featured in Twilight. This is the book that she liked so much. So I'm like, well, let's check this out. And the writing in here, the way the book is written, is way beyond my comprehension. It is a classic, though. So maybe I'll keep it, and maybe I'll toss it. This would have to be something I think about at a later time. I can't just, toss it. Like I said, it is a classic, and like I said before, I like to have classics in my library, so it's a maybe either way. And these last books here are by Dan Brown, and these are my husband's books. I just know it's the Da Vinci Code series, and I will never read these, and if I had my way, they'd be tossed. But he has read them all, so yeah, they have to stay because they're not mine, so these are staying in the library. That is my third shelf. Keep, maybe toss, and I did pretty good. I've got 5 of them over the way that's being tossed out, so that was pretty good. Yay! So let me know, guys, if you're enjoying this series. I have a lot of shelves to get through. If so, I will continue on with my keep, maybe toss, and yeah, the next one we'll have next month. Thanks, guys, for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.